So we just want to talk to you a little bit, and we'll get this in and out, be on our way. Okay? Full name?
My full name is Grant Tiernan Amato.
This is the interrogation of Grant Amato. Amato's father, mother, and brother were all found dead in their home on the 24th of January, 2019. Amato was found 2 days later and was brought into custody for questioning. According to Amato, this seemed to be the case of suicide murder committed by his brother. Now it's the job of the investigators to find out if these claims hold water, or if Amato is hiding something.
What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to watch anime.
Do you speak Japanese?
I was going to say, do you understand?
I don't. I understand a few words. We actually just went to, me, my brother, and one of my friends, or I guess friends from high school. We went to Japan from December 1st to December 15th.
How expensive was that trip?
I'd say it was probably about 10 grand total for like all the stays and whatnot.
For each one of you?
Yeah.
So we would go back?
Oh yeah, we would go back.
Really?
Yeah, I think we were actually planning on going back November of this year.
How long have you been out of work?
I've been out of work for 6 months, since June.
How did you pay? That's a lot of money for to be out of work.
My brother.
Hobbies. What do you like to do?
Okay, so
besides the
anime. Besides that, we would play video games. We actually just got like a virtual reality.
So you guys play a lot of the PC games?
Yeah, we started getting into PC games. And actually, yeah, during the time that I wasn't working as a nurse, I tried to do the whole Twitch streaming thing.
It might seem weird to continue small talk like this, but it's a valuable tactic for getting details about the suspect's life, relations, and possible motivations. Small talk has the added benefit of building trust between the suspect and the investigators, which will make it more likely that Amato will open up about more details later on.
So you got a lot of computer knowledge?
A good amount, yeah. I mean,
more than the average person.
Yeah. I'm computer savvy. Yeah.
You have a computer home? Good computer?
I have a gaming PC up in my room, and then there's another gaming PC downstairs that we just built for the VR specific.
You guys build it?
Yeah. And then, but I mean, yeah, like my gaming PC, like we would buy all the parts and then we would put it together our own little way.
What would a good one cost you?
When I built mine, it was about $3,000, and then the gaming one downstairs, I think, was $4,000 or like $4,500.
What other hobbies you have?
Besides that, a number of years ago, like me and my brother were actually like gun enthusiasts, and then during the time where like I was struggling, like in this last 6 months, I mean, I sold all of my guns.
Close with your brother Cody? Let's talk about Cody.
Oh yeah, me and Cody had the quintessential rough, like fighting each other and whatnot when we were younger.
The love-hate,
right.
Typical siblings.
But then I would say like my junior year of high school, we were all on the weightlifting team together. That's where I got to know a lot of like his guy friends, and you know, we stopped like arguing at that point, and then we all, you know, we decided to go to nursing school together. We decided to go to the nurse anesthesia school together. I don't really know how else to really say it. It was, a lot of people thought that it was weird because we did everything together and because we were so close, but yeah, I mean...
Yeah, a lot of people understand the bond of brothers, though.
Yeah.
The true bond if you're close with your brother.
And I mean, during like this whole time, I mean, kind of like with just a few examples I've given you, he'd take care of everything for
Always
me.
there for you.
Yeah.
Always there to support you.
Always there.
Tell me about your mom.
My mom has, she's always been it's kind of like Cody, she's always been the one that focused on me.
Were you the baby? You were truly the family baby?
For my mom, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
For my mom. Yeah, I mean, she would help me out through anything.
Okay. Tell me about Dad.
Dad,
what does he do?
Dad's a pharmacist.
Okay.
He works for CVS.
Dad make good money?
I think he would tell me that he makes like between $110,000 and $120,000 a year.
Who was the disciplinarian in the family?
My dad.
And was he the one that decided Jason stays locked in?
Yeah.
What did Mom think about that?
Mom didn't approve of it, obviously, but back in that time, my dad was a very like angry, violent type person.
Overbearing?
Overbearing. But I mean, that's like how he was, like spankings with a 2x4. You know, he'd do that, and then he'd push you around. Like he wouldn't punch you. He wouldn't bruise you.
When was the last time your dad put his hands on you?
The last time my dad put his hands on me would be kind of the middle of December of 2018.
What happened?
you know, and a lot of it just came back to money with him. He would like allow me to spend money that he had, like with his credit card or something like that. But it's like then whenever I did, it was like a huge problem.
Okay, so you had one of his credit cards.
Yeah.
And what were you buying with it?
Well, what I was doing is over the past 4 months or something like that, I've been talking to this woman online. So a lot of the money went to her.
So how much do you think you spent on this?
Probably close to like $200,000, I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
And where'd the money come from?
Money came from me, my brother, and then my dad.
This is where we really start to take a look at Amato's psychology. Earlier we heard Amato downplay his father's concerns, saying his dad seemed to only care about money. But looking at how Amato spent over $200,000 just to talk to some girl online, we can come to a few conclusions. First, Amato doesn't seem to have a full grasp on the value of his dad's money. Second, this suggests Amato has a lack of empathy for even his own family. That's not to say he's incapable of caring about them, but he doesn't seem to show concern about how this spending may affect their lives. Finally, this spending shows some signs of extreme loneliness and delusion to go this far for the feeling of having a girlfriend.
Did they know where the money was going to?
They didn't know that it was going to a cam model. I was saying that it was going towards my Twitch streaming, like advertising, like putting my name out there and that type of thing.
But based on what you're telling me, only so many people make so much money. I think just a few in the country make a bunch of money.
Right.
So that was like the ultimate goal is to get to that.
I was hoping that the stars would align and then I would be like one of those people because I was good at the games and I'm a funny, pleasant person on the camera and that type of thing.
Amato is demonstrating here an inflated sense of self. He believes that he can become one of the few people on Twitch to make enough money to sustain this spending of his. While it's not impossible, it's the way he describes how funny and good at gaming he is that points to this kind of behavior, despite those only being a few details that can lead to success on a social media platform like Twitch.
It's like with him, it was every single day, hours a day, hours a day. He'd come home from work and then he would just talk to me just about the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over again.
When was the last time that you and your dad did have, a heated conversation?
It would be Thursday, because one of his rules was that I wasn't allowed to talk to the woman anymore. It wasn't really my intention to continue talking to this woman, but it just kind of happened. So he had apparently found out, and then
unhappy.
Right, and one of the stipulations was that he told me at the dinner was, if you speak to this woman again, you're out of the house. Like, I'm kicking you out. You can pack up your shit, and then you're off my property. So, on Thursday, that all happened, and then I was in the process. I was getting all my stuff together. I was piecemealing it out to the car. And then my brother was working that night, and I think he was working like one of his long nights, but he ended up getting off early. And then I had met with my brother before he came home, just like in the neighborhood area. He told me about all that. He had given me his debit so that, because I don't have any money and I don't know where to go. Mm-hmm. I'd never been out of the house on my own. And then the last thing that I was told was just that, basically once again that he'll take care of it because
this is Cody.
This is Cody.
What time is this approximately? I'd
say a little after 10:30ish at night.
So Thursday, you're home all day?
Yes.
With your mom? Like she works at home?
Correct, yeah.
Your dad's at work? What's his normal work hours?
He got home at like 5:30. 5:30? 5:30, 5:45, one of those two.
Where were you at when he came in?
I was just in there. I was just watching.
In the virtual reality where you said you had that set up?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was just watching.
And that's in what room?
The living room.
The living room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just watching YouTube at that time, just like.
Did Dad talk to you?
Yeah, because he had, I don't know how he found out, but he had apparently found out, and then...
Found out what?
That I was talking to...
You were still talking
to the woman, yeah. And then he came in, and then he asked me, why do you think were about to have this conversation. And then he came out and he told me that I had been doing that.
He had proof.
Yeah.
Have an argument.
Yeah. And then, you know, he got just, he had kind of reverted back to the way that he was